Looks like an okay 1 ounce silver bar, doesn't it? Well, in this video we're going to find out why it's not fine at all. It's actually not real silver, and for a lot of different reasons. Stay tuned. Hello, this video is about a fake silver bar that came into our store, and we just wanted to spread awareness about this bar. There's probably other videos out there, but I'm not sure, and I just wanted to make sure that we can try to help people avoid this particular one. And this is nothing against Modern Coin Mart specifically, but it's against the people that made the fake bar. Modern Coin Mart is aware of the fake bars out there. I did confirm that with them, but we just want to make sure that we get as much information out there so you can avoid getting fake silver. At first glance, it probably doesn't look too off. It does have a kind of an odd color, so that's a one thing that you'd want to take a look at first. And the second is that the way they are packaged is very bizarre. So I'll show you the way this is packaged, and this is going to be a big red flag if you ever see these. These are packaged in this cellophane type of plastic packaging, and they come in, they're basically flat, and when you look at them, you're like, okay, that's a big pack of silver, but I have never ever seen any other silver come like this, that basically where they're loose inside of it. And you see that there's just kind of floating around in there. If they ever get out of order, you're never gonna get them back flat again without, but that's designed to be kind of something to throw you off if you ever see them. You don't want to, you may not want to open up the bag, but don't be fooled. You always want to open up the bag and check basically to see what the weights are and to make sure that everything else is legit. The number one thing you should always do is weigh the bar. There are some tolerances of being slightly overweight that we see, 1.005 troy ounces, 1.01, maybe even 1.015 at the high end. Basically, when you put this on the scale, you'll see that it's not just slightly overweight, but it is what I consider to be grossly overweight for a silver bar. So you put it on there, you're going to see this one is 1.07. These particular MCM bars actually go from 1.07 to 1.09. None of them are even close to the 1.01, or rather, what you'd want to see is perfect 1 ounce. But there are tolerances, as I said. Just to show you a comparison to a good bar, looking at this is a known good, 1 ounce, generic, basically silver bar. And if you look at it on the scale, it is that well within tolerance, 1.005 troy ounces. So this is what you would expect to see. And the same thing in grams. The bad bar, you look at it, you'll see it's 33.2. So that is grossly overweight. To compare it directly to a good bar, you're looking at, there's your 31.1, which is the perfect 1 ounce comparison, and this one weighs 31.2. So this is definitely what you'd want to see, 31.1, 31.2, up to 31.4, maybe 5. Anything over that, you're starting to generate major red flags. Alright, finally I want to show you the way an acid test looks like. And normally we don't do this to bullion at all, ever, because there's enough other ways to determine whether bullion is good or not without actually doing a scratch test on it. But for the purposes of the video, I want to show the way it looks, specifically the way the marks look different and the way the actual test results look. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. So the first thing we'll do, we'll take we've got an old test bar that we have here. We just use it for making sure our acids are good and things like that. It's just a 1 ounce silver Christmas bar. So we have our testing stone right here. So what we do, we take the bar that we have, make a nice mark. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't change the weight. It'll leave basically what looks like a clean spot on the bar. But I want to make sure that these test results look really clear and prominent for you. So once you do that, you take your handy JSP acid. This is specifically for testing sterling silver, but clearly it's, works fine for pure silver as well. So we take the acid, put it on the mark. I'm using more than I normally would. I just want to show what it looks like on the video. So then, once we do that, we take a paper towel, a little tiny piece, and then we wipe off the mark. And what we're looking for is a blood stain on this piece of paper towel right here. So we do that, and if you look here, you see how red that is? It's extremely, red, and that's a very good indication of silver being present in that little sample that we took. For the purposes of this video also, I'm going to do one more scratch test using this bar, and I want to do that so I can compare it to this MCM bar that we have that's not legitimate. So if we do that, we look at this, we do the mark again, and we see how white this is. This is another indication I wanted to show. Very white. Then we take this MCM bar that we previously showed was 1.07 ounces, way overweight. We do the mark right next to this other mark, and you're going to see a very, very clear difference in the mark. And if you look here, we can pretty much tell what that is. A little bright on the video. Maybe if I do that, that's a little bit better. But clearly you see that's a pink mark compared to the bright white of the silver. Since that's pink, that's indicating an extremely high presence of copper, if not pure copper. And I don't know if it's going to show on the video here, but if we look, you can almost see on this bar where it's just pink underneath. Maybe that's coming through okay. Yeah, there you go. So you can see that it's definitely been plated with silver or something, maybe nickel, something just to give it a silver look to it. But it is definitely not a real bar. And so this is just another test that you can do to show the differences in just the marks you can tell. And clearly if we actually go through and do the acid test, you put acid directly onto this right here, the mark that we made, you're not going to find any red mark on here at all. It's just going to be this yellowy, clear, and then the yellow disappears and nothing's left behind. And just to show you the silver test again on the good bar, you're going to see the red mark that is indicating that silver is present in the sample. So you wipe this off, and there you go. Very, very different. And it ends up looking kind of bluish, but this is the sample of the bad bar, and this is the sample with the good bar. So that pretty much shows you the outline of one of the ways to actually detect bad silver. And if you ever see these MCM bars that are like this, you want to make sure that you avoid this type of packaging. And if by all means, make sure you do further testing if you ever see packaging like this. Thanks for watching.